The offseason is always full of uncertainty, but for New York Giants fans, this one feels especially loaded. After a season that left many questions unanswered, the Giants front office is facing an uphill battle to turn things around. But the big question on everyone's mind, what will the team do with Neal? But before we get into it, if you're a die-hard Giants fan, make sure you're subscribed to Big Blue News. We're your go-to source for daily engaging content on all things Big Blue. Help us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers this offseason by hitting that subscribe button now. Let's face it, the past few years haven't been kind to the young offensive tackle. Since being drafted with the 7th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, expectations were sky-high for Neal. But now, 2 seasons into his career, the results just haven't been what anyone hoped for. The reality? Neal's performance has been disappointing, at best. Neal was expected to shore up the Giants' offensive line, but instead, he's been a liability in the most critical aspect of his role, pass protection. In 3 years, Neal has allowed 12 sacks and 98 pressures, which is a glaring problem for any quarterback trying to operate behind him. This isn't just a fluke either. In fact, only 8 other tackles in the league have been worse in pass blocking efficiency than Neal. That's a tough pill to swallow for a team that needs solid protection for their quarterbacks to thrive. But it's not all bad news. There's one area where Neal has shined: run blocking. He posted an 80.8 grade in this category this season, which shows there's potential. But the reality is, in today's NFL, where the pass is king, a tackle's ability to protect the quarterback is non-negotiable. That's why the Giants are seriously evaluating whether they can move on from Neal. It's not just about performance, it's about making the right move for the future. So what are the options for the Giants? With the emergence of Jermaine Elwemimor, who's been steady at right tackle, Neal has been relegated to a backup role. Elwemimor still has a year left on his contract, which makes it all the more likely the Giants are looking to offload Neal while they still can. And with Neal set to account for a hefty $7.8 million salary cap hit in 2025, it could be the perfect time for the team to move on. But here's the tricky part. Can the Giants even find a trade partner? Neal has struggled with injuries and inconsistency throughout his short career. With that in mind, it might be difficult for the Giants to get much value in return. Perhaps a late-round pick is the best they can hope for, if they can even find someone willing to take a chance on him. So what does this mean for the Giants? Well, they'll likely continue to weigh their options carefully. With a new season looming, they'll have to decide whether to stick with Neal for another year or whether it's time to cut their losses and start fresh. The question remains, can Neal turn things around, or has his time with the Giants already run its course? For Giants fans, this is a pivotal offseason. Every move matters, and with so much on the line, the front office has to be thinking about the long-term future of this team. It's a tough call, but one that could define the direction the Giants take for years to come. Stay tuned, Giants fans. The offseason is just beginning, and these decisions could make or break the future of Big Blue. Keep watching, because you won't want to miss what comes next.